Hello and welcome to Resin and Roche for another very exciting Octo 8th. So please watch everyone's videos that are on the playlist and show them some love. Don't you forget to like, subscribe, and add a little comment to everyone's video because that really helps all of us grow. Today was a little bit disappointing to start with here because I had already made one octopus with a specific idea. I decided to use eco resin, and when it came to demold, the legs, well, the tentacles of the octopus were so brittle that when I demolded, they just started breaking off. And so sadly, that idea had to be scrapped, and I had to think of something on the fly. So this is what I've come up with, okay? So while one eye is curing, I'm going to show you now some bullet shells. Okay, so these are spent shell casings that I got from my brother. And what I'm going to try to do is put it into the octopus. So these ones are slightly longer. It's got the big ones and the little ones here. And why is my hand all black? This is resin pigment in black that I have stuck to somehow. Okay, so while the UV is curing and let me just, sorry, I've got to clean my hands because everything I'm going to touch is going to have black pigment paste. Okay, let's continue with the other eye. Now, what I did here is when you get these eyes, I put a little line on where sort of I want the iris to be. So I wanted them, sideways, because octopus's eyes are sort of have a vertical slit. So I did that just so that they don't come out too wonky. And one has a vertical slit and one has a horizontal slit. Okay, so I'm done with the UV resin now. Let's get that cured and then have a look at the shells. So maybe 5 for the top of his head. Oh, there's a little bullseye in there, which I thought I might use, but no. Now looking at these shells, I'm thinking, let's put them in the top. What I want to do is have the have the shells facing up, and then sort of make them stand in there, if that's possible at all. Or at least, where you have the end visible. Sort of like that. If you can see, I have zoomed in the camera so that you can see it better. That's why everything looks so large, including my hands. Now the problem also with these are because they are hollow, bubbles are going to form in there. So I'm going to have to fill them up with resin first. Make sure that degases somehow. Okay. Anyway, let's try and see if this experiment works. So I have mixed my resin. This is 1:1, and I'm going to add all the shells in there just to make sure that you see, get all those bubbles to rise up to the surface, and then add them to the octopus. Excuse my arm while I look for my tweezers. I'm always reaching in front because all my tools are directly in front of me. So please, excuse it, I'm sorry. So just sort of standing them up if they stand. I want these 5 in there. Now let's pour the head part. Got my roll of tape, and that just helps to hold the mold in a tilted fashion so that I can get the head to fill up with resin without it overflowing onto the other parts of the mold. Okay, that seems good enough. Let's squirt some 99% alcohol just to make sure. Now the back of the octopus head is where most bubbles form. So I'm really worried about that part. Let's keep our fingers crossed and move on to the next part. Now, because the eyes are red, I want to use this Galactic Ghost red from Eye Candy to fill up the entire body. And I'm going to mix this with a clear resin. And I'm hoping we get some red speckles. Isn't that lovely? Shout out to Cindy because she sent these to me from America. And I'm so excited. There's no chance I could get eye candy here in the Philippines. So the happy mail really, really tickled me because, oh, these are things that I only see you guys use abroad. So after I've sprinkled myself in this glitter, let's give it a mix. So if you didn't know, there are 3 types of ghost powders from Eye Candy. The first one is, well, the ghost, which is very, very fine. And then you have a glimmer ghost, which the particles are a little bit bigger. And then you have the galactic ghost, which is this with the biggest particles. So I thought I'd made too much resin. I'm putting some here. I just want you to see, if you can, in the light. And then I'm going to add these little shells. I think these are a 22 caliber. That's why they're small. I don't know. I know nothing about guns. I actually get an anxiety attack when I see a gun. So, yeah. I'm not a gun person, but I did say, so I said on the last video that all my octopuses were so girly, I was going to do something a little bit more masculine. Okay. And then, oh dear, this Galactic Ghost Red is looking a bit Galactic Ghost Pink to me with a clear backing. So again, this is not going to be a very masculine octopus at all. Nor is it feminine, or it could be. So let's just have a gender neutral octopus. This is a they them octopus. And because she's got, or one badass woman. Or a badass man who likes pink. Oh, whatever am I mumbling about? Ugh. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it. I'm afraid to add red pigment paste to this because then, one, I might lose the shell casings with the color, and two, what if the red I use ends up looking pink? So it's really difficult to find a good red. And as you know, I am in a place where I can't get much. But let's see how this goes then. Let's just add all of this. All the little casings in there. You know, they say there's no crying over spilt milk. And it's over. The project I first did just didn't work. But I had such a good idea that I wanted to do an eco resin, and was so excited about it. And yeah, so I hope this one turns out okay. Because I lost the other one. Okay, just push them down and make sure they're going to be submerged or not sticking out of the mold so that you have a flat bottom. So just doing that. If I see any bubbles come up, I poke them with the tweezers. And we'll fill it up. These micro brushes really are wonderful to have. There's that little tip that is soft and it won't scratch your molds when you start poking around in there. So it's really good to have. Let's put a tiny bit more. So I just want to say that this collaboration is open to everyone, any medium. You know, if you fancy doing something, let me know, join. It doesn't matter if you've got 1 subscriber, 0 subscribers, you know, don't be shy. It's a great way to gain more exposure or just to be part of this wonderful bunch of resin artists or artists that we have. We're open to anyone from any country, really. And once you've met everyone, you'll realize that some of them become really good friends, friends for life, and you just gain a lot of love and support from people who are in the same community. Okay, we've got bubbles coming up, so I will just pop them as they rise to the surface like that. You can see one forming there. Pop in, pop. It's coming up. Boop. By the way, my email is resinandroche, one word, at gmail.com. So if you want to join next month, just pop me the link of your video and I'll add you to the playlist. That should do it, and I'll see you for the demold. Here we are, finally! It's demold time. So this was done in 3 days because I poured in 2 parts and then the last day was for the final cure. Come on. Here we go. It's coming out. Yay. Ooh. Oh, that came out cool. I love how the shells were standing up on the head. Some bubbles over there. That is a notorious place for bubbles. But I'm not too bothered about it. Oh, it's pretty. It's cute, actually. You can see the ghost there. like it. I like it. I love how the clear just magnified the shells on the top bit. So I'm trying to add some more light to see if you can see the red ghost, galactic ghost. So it's a bit pinkish rather than red. But overall, a fun project to do. Whoop. Thank you once again for watching. Please consider subscribing, giving me a like, and sending me a little comment to tell me what you think about this octopus. And of course, go to the description and binge watch the playlist. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!